You've likely seen him on social media or stopped by one of his comedy shows. Well, now he has a new survival guide out that'll help you navigate this great big area we call home, the Midwest. And joining us this morning, the host of the Manitowoc Minute, the man, the myth, the legend, Charlie Behrens. Charlie, good morning.
How you doing?
Doing great. We're making it through the day. This has been just a joyful read, I have to say, for us folks here in the Midwest. The Midwest Survival Guide, which is out right now. I'm not sure if you intended this, but when I was reading the book, I couldn't help but read it in your Manitowoc Minute voice. So I have to ask, will there be an audiobook?
Oh yeah, no, there's an audio version, and it does. I go into the Manitowoc Minute voice in and out of it, as sort of certain passages call for it, others don't, but there's no shortage of it. I can tell you that, for better or worse.
I kind of equate it to the Morgan Freeman voice, so that's the way I was reading it in your voice. But the book explores so many different Midwest customs. You have driving, you have fashion, different cuisine. So tell us a little bit, why did you decide to go on this journey and put this survival guide together?
Yeah, well, so it actually came from, fans of the show, and that's where I get a lot of ideas from, is just people who are a fan, and they send in ideas, and that's my favorite part, because I feel like we're building this together. So I had a bunch of fans, a big handful there say, hey, I'm moving there for college. I need some tips. I need to know what to do in the winter. Or I got grandkids there. We're thinking of moving back, or we're spending the summer there. What should we need to know? And or what do we need to know? And so I just, over time, I started taking a list of a few things, and then when it came time to I was approached by Claire Harris, who's from Kenosha, and she's a book agent, and I pitched a bunch of book ideas. They were all bad, but then eventually this one was a good idea. And it wasn't even my idea, it was the fans' idea. So that's what I really enjoy about this. It's like we're building it together.
And the book is very interactive, from different quizzes to things you can practice. You can even make your own little bucket list. Did you originally have that element in the survival guide?
I had a lot of help, actually, and that's the thing, is like, I feel like I reached out to a lot of people to kind of get their insight on this. I had a great fellow who helped write a bunch. His name is Jeff, and they came up with suggestions. Claire had suggestions, and my siblings, my family. So the games were not originally my idea, but then once we started saying, okay, which games can we put in here, we had a lot of fun with them. One of my favorites is just this. It's just a picture of a deer in the dark, and it's like, can you spot the deer? And it looks like an easy game, but just wait till you're driving around the freeway. Then it gets a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, I think we play that game every morning around here in Wisconsin. But it's always something to keep in the back of your mind when you're driving. But I have to say, my personal favorite part is all the personal stories that you included. It just makes it feel like it's more than a survival guide. And a big question here is, has your family had the chance to read it yet?
Some of them. My mom was really instrumental in, every time I would write something I wasn't sure of, I would send over to her to be like, any thoughts? Is this good? Is this bad? But other than that, no, I don't think any of them were right. Actually, my sister did read one part, and she found a typo. So that was that. I just got it with a little underline on it, like I'm in 4th grade again. So thanks for that, Nora. But I'm not sure if the rest of them have yet.
Well, it's definitely, there's some stories that we've heard before, whether it's through social media or different stories that I think are new, and I was just curious to see how they'd react. And it sounds like overall they're pretty positive about it.
They'll be fine. Worst case scenario, I'm buying drinks around Thanksgiving.
That doesn't sound too bad at all. Well, Charlie, we appreciate your time this morning, and thank you for joining us.
Hey, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it. And watch out for deer, okay?